How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Bitcoin is on the move. Bitcoin's up over 111,000. We're so close to all-time highs. And it seems like it's out of nowhere, right? Everyone's like, oh, what's happening? What's the news? I'll tell you what the news is that's causing Bitcoin to break out here. If you don't mind, though, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to trade crypto, now is a great time. In my last video, I talked about how I was opening this Solana trade. I posted it early to the Telegram group. I posted it to the Telegram group. And you can check out the Telegram group underneath the video. It's completely free. I just give early access there. Sometimes I give exclusive videos there. Solana up pretty significantly, along with Bitcoin, with the altcoin market. Everything's moving up. If you want to trade crypto, there's a link to BYDeFi underneath the video. You can start trading using leverage, and you can actually use CoinW, which allows you to trade Bitcoin with Bitcoin as collateral. So you can get rewarded in Bitcoin. I wish I had done that a long time ago when I set up these trades on BLOFIN when Bitcoin was at 55,000, because I'm up 720%. This is actually after taking profits. But if I had done this with Bitcoin as collateral, I'd be up twice that because Bitcoin's doubled and I would be paid back in Bitcoin. So if you want to start trading over on BYDeFi, you can get set up in just a few minutes. And yeah, don't waste time, because when Bitcoin's at 130,000 or 120, you're going to miss out on some of these huge gains that you can make. Now, let's look. First of all, at this. Another Bitcoin company purchasing 46.9 Bitcoin. Doesn't seem like that much, but there are so many companies that are doing this. Take a look at this from Bitwise. Total Bitcoin holdings, quarter over quarter, has gone up 23.1%. They now hold 4% of the total 21 million coin supply. When you account for the Bitcoin that's lost, it's more like 5%. More and more companies are buying Bitcoin all the time. So many companies are scaling up and buying a significant amount. Eventually, the price moves. We've been saying this. Eventually, they run off OTC Bitcoin, or there's someone that goes on and buys a significant amount, and there's not much Bitcoin being sold. So we are fighting for all-time highs right now. We're also seeing just a great day from the traditional markets. At least last time I looked, you can see the NASDAQ up 0.8%. We're right back at all-time highs. Nvidia's going up to its all-time high, $4 trillion. The denominator is getting bigger. There's more money being printed all the time. We've been talking about this with the big, beautiful bill. Trump is printing a lot of money. He's going to print a ton of money. That's going to go up. They're going to try to grow their way out. So what's going to happen? Scarce assets like Bitcoin are going to go up in value. And everyone that's in here saying, oh, Bitcoin hasn't moved in a while. It's up 92% year to date. Actually, more than that now. 95%, not year to date, over the last 1 year. So you just have to zoom out. Realize that Bitcoin, you can't look at it from a 1 month or 5 day perspective. You have to zoom out a little bit because it is kind of volatile. But over the long term, it goes up a lot. Now, why is it going up a lot today? Well, again, traditional markets are up. People are understanding, I think, what's going to happen long term. We're going to print a lot of money. United States announcing some tariffs on Iraq, Libya, Brunei, Algeria, Moldova, Philippines, 20 to 30%, kind of in line with expectations, I'd say, providing maybe a little bit more clarity for what's going to happen moving forward. Also, it came out, President Trump now holds the majority of his wealth, nearly $7 billion in Bitcoin and crypto, between his Bitcoin companies, between his own personal holdings. That's insane. I mean, they're talking about this, like meetings, open to the public. Let me play this for you real quick.
But nobody wants weak crypto rules more than the President of the United States. A majority of President Trump's wealth, as much as $7 billion worth, is now based in crypto, from issuing his own stable coin, to issuing his own meme coin, to owning a Bitcoin mining company, and to controlling a huge portfolio of crypto investments.
Okay, so the president is super bullish. Of course, Bitcoin's going to go up eventually. Like it's pushing for all-time highs. To be clear, there are liquidations happening too. Let me pull this up. Crypto liquidations, short liquidations, like mad. 275 million in the last 1 hour. Do not short Bitcoin, the best performing asset of all time. That's dumb. Also, there are people getting caught off sides. Let me play you this. This is from Amit. This is Tom Lee talking about why institutions miss this rally. And this is true for Bitcoin too.
April 2nd, Liberation Day. This was a time where a lot of people were confused about what was going on liberation taken out, the reciprocal tariffs came out, stock market fell to 2022 levels at 4,800. You were quoted as saying you didn't think Trump was going to violate a core covenant of capitalism. However, you did say, regardless, there's going to be a V-shaped rally coming. My question here is, why did your institutional clients not realize that the guy who was on The Apprentice was not actually going to tariff Zimbabwe by 90%?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were some wacky like we called it bananas, like numbers that were just bananas, right?
Yes.
Well, there's a couple of things. Institutional investors, they have to sit in guardrails. And like when the VIX goes up, they have to cut risk. And when the market has a drawdown, they have to cut risk. So basically, when the market falls and there's volatility, institutions can't hold on to much. So they're forced to sell. And so we would show them, the reason we said there's waterfall declines are V-shaped is that if you look at the last 100 years, as long as you don't generate a recession impulse, it's always V-shaped. So that was our bet. It's like, this is a growth scare because high yield wasn't reacting, so it's just the stock market reacting. Now, a second thing that got people super bared up, our institutions, was, Tom, the Fed's not coming to the rescue. They said, the only reason markets rally is the Fed cuts rates and unleashes money. And actually, our argument was, that's actually an illusion. So...
now, I could play more of that for you, but I really like that, where he explained... Basically, they were forced to sell. And what's one of the first things that they sell? Well, probably the newer asset on the block that everyone's been running to. It gets sold off, right? It goes down from 110, 109, all the way down to 74. No institution wants to buy it, right? But their company is buying it. BlackRock held for the most part. A lot of retail investors bought. And then they get caught off sides. That's a little bit deeper into the video with Tom Lee, but they get caught off sides, and then all of a sudden they need to produce returns. So they come in late, they sell, panic selling, drive the market down, cause short liquidations, cause the weak retail sellers to also capitulate. Then they come back in kind of late because they need to show that they're in the right assets. They need to show returns because otherwise the money goes somewhere else. Bitcoin is going to get a lot of inflows. These institutional investors, the more Bitcoin goes up, the more they'll be forced to buy Bitcoin. Just like they're forced out of investments, they're also forced into investments. No one wants to go to their investors and say, yeah, I know your friend made like 50% because he invested in Bitcoin and some other tech companies, but that was a little bit risky for us, so we got 15%. No one's going to say that. They're going to say, yeah, we got into Bitcoin, we got in a little bit later, but we still made you 30%. Now we're full in. No, they're going to try to scramble to get some Bitcoin exposure. So we have Bitcoin pushing up. We have liquidations happening. This is bound to continue. Of course, there's going to be volatility, right? There's going to be volatility up, down, sideways, left, right. But eventually, everyone's going to be forced into this trade, right? Everyone is going to be forced to buy Bitcoin. And honestly, there's not much news. It's not like there's anything massive that just occurred that is causing the price to go up. It's just enough buying, enough time, enough short liquidations, and the price goes up, right? There's more buying by BlackRock than any other institution in the world. They bought 700,000 Bitcoin in the last year and a half. Of course, some of that is retail investors rotating in, but then you have all the other companies that are buying Bitcoin. The price is going to shoot up. It's just a question of when, and now is when. Like, we could get rejected. We could have like a little double top action, maybe get rejected back down to 110, 105 or something like that. Bears come in. I'm not worried. You can see everything that's happening behind the scenes. Every single large investor, every single smart investor is flocking to Bitcoin. Be ready. Be ready. Again, if you want to place some trades, you can check out the links underneath the video. You can check out BYDFi. You can check out BTCC. You can try BitUnix as well. People have been loving these exchanges. I use multiple exchanges because they all have different UIs and then slightly different products that they offer in trading. Check that out. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all soon.